I just wanted to do a really quick discussion about vaccines. Vaccines are not my specialty in any way, shape, or form. I take my information from the experts. Every week here at my hospital, they do a very in-depth review of the numbers of COVID and the science behind the vaccines. The funny thing is that online I see people saying, I don't want the vaccine, I'm not going to get the vaccine. Meanwhile, at our hospital, it's all about who could get the vaccine first, and everybody's competing, and I want the vaccine before you get it. And these are extremely intelligent doctors, and so that should tell you something. But I think what I see in the public that is the issue is a lack of understanding about risk. Everything we do in medicine has risk. Every time I go and operate, I'm about to go and do surgeries, I'm putting those patients at serious risk when I do the surgery. The idea is that I'm doing that risk with the hope of a benefit. And every time I talk to patients about doing the surgery, we talk about risk versus benefit ratio. That applies in vaccines too. The difference is when I'm doing surgery, it's typically the situation where the person actually has a disease process or something that I'm going to fix. With vaccines, it's preventing something so they don't have it yet. That makes it a little bit harder to understand. And really, vaccines are a issue where the risk is a national risk, not as much an individual risk. Obviously, it is an individual risk, but not as much. These are public health issues. I think probably the first thing we ought to talk about is the fact that the idea that doctors are getting paid to give vaccines, that Bill Gates is paying us, is just, stop and think for a second how absolutely ridiculous that is. I know a lot of doctors, and doctors are concerned about the health of our patients. The people that I know in public health, especially people like Fauci and in that situation, are deeply concerned about individuals and about the health of a country. This is not about money. In fact, these drug companies Pfizer makes a lot more money out of erection pills than they do out of vaccines. This is not about money. This is about public health. And from a doctor standpoint, a pediatrician does not want to see a kid get sick from a vaccine. It's absolutely absurd that anybody would think that a pediatrician would take money knowing that they were hurting a kid. Absurd. Absurd. It would never happen. And in fact, every pediatrician I know vaccinates their own kids, and I vaccinate mine. And that's based on reviewing science. You got to believe that when I had my children,